Hi guys, welcome back to Canada Volcanoes and Volcanic Fields Part 7. And we start with Side-Ass Cone. And this is Side-Ass Cone here. Side-Ass Cone is one of the cinder cones located north of Mount Aziza Plateau in British Columbia. Side-Ass Cone is visible from almost anywhere around the plateau. I'm not sure if there's a view here, so we're going to check and see. Oops, my little guy don't want to come with me. Huh? Nope. Okay, so there's no view here. Our next one is Mount Silverthrone. And this is Silverthrone Mountain here. So we're going to be looking right in here. And we're on top. Mount Silverthrone is an eroded lava dome on the northeast edge of the large caldera complex called Silverthrone Caldera. It lies within the Coast Plutonic Complex, which is the single largest contiguous granite outcropping in the world. The plutonic and metamorphic rocks extend approximately 1,800 kilometers on the coast of British Columbia, southwestern Yukon, and southeastern Alaska. In addition, Mount Garibaldi, Meager, Cayley, and Silverthorne areas are of recent volcanic origin. The volcanic terrain in the Silverthorne area is very similar to Mount Meager Massif further south, however, there is much more ice. I don't know, we might have a view here, so we'll check and see if we do. And we do not. So we are moving on to our next one, which is Silverthrone Caldera, which is over here. And this is Caldera. Silverthrone Caldera is a potentially active caldera complex in southwestern British Columbia, Canada, located over 220 miles northwest of the city of Vancouver and about 31 miles west of Mount Waddington in the Pacific ranges of the Coast Mountains. The caldera is one of the largest of a few calderas in Western Canada, measuring 19 miles long and 12 miles wide. Mount Silverthrone, an eroded lava dome on the caldera's northern flank that is 9,396 feet high, may be the highest volcano in Canada. It's wild. And moving on to our next one is Scotty Point. And this is Scotty Point here. Scotty Point is a volcanic plug located in the formation known as the Chilcotin Group, which is between the Pacific ranges of the Coast Mountains and the Mid-Fraser River in British Columbia, Canada. So I don't know, we might have a view on this one. We're going to look and see. I haven't checked so far, so we'll find out. And we do not. Sorry, so we are moving on to our next one, which is Slag Hill. Oops. Let me back out a little bit. Okay, there we go. This is Slag Hill here. Slag Hill is a subglacial volcano associated with Mount Cayley volcanic field in British Columbia, Canada. It consists of glassy, aguite, pyric, basaltic, andesite, and steep-sided, glassy, fine-jointed domes and one small, flat-top bluff. The finely jointed domes are similar to those of Ember Ridge. They are quench features at Slag Hill, which has suggested that the volcanic activity was subglacial. Slag Hill was formed throughout the Pliocene period, but is the most recent volcanic activity producing a lava flow on the western lobe that shows no evidence of ice contact volcanism, which is kind of cool. And moving on to our next one, which is Sleet Cone. This is Sleet Cone here. Sleet Cone is a cinder cone in the northern British Columbia, Canada. It lies in the Desolation lava field and is thought to have last erupted in the Holocene period and is part of Mount Zaza volcanic complex. Mount Malenko. Mount Malenko is a volcanic peak in the southwestern British Columbia, Canada, located 52 miles east of Rivers Inlet and 4 miles south of Mount Silverthrone. It is the highest peak south of Mount Silverthrone in the Ha'itzuk ice field. And this is the ice field here. Our next one is Source Hill. Source Hill is a cinder cone in the northwestern British Columbia, Canada. It is polygenic in nature, having erupted more than once throughout its eruptive history. It is one of the volcanoes in the central portion of Mount Zaza volcanic complex and last erupted during the Pliocene period. So let's see if we can get a closer view down here. So this is Source Hill here. And that's Source Hill. And moving on to our next one is South Tuya. South Tuya is clustered around the Tuya Lake in the northern Cordilleran volcanic province in British Columbia, Canada. The base of the South Tuya comprises haeoclastite and pillow lava, indicating that the volcano formed beneath a large lake or beneath ice. I don't know if there's a view in this area or not. Oops. And there does not appear to be. So we're moving on to our next one, which is Spanish Bonk. B-O-N-K. Spanish Bonk is a volcanic plug located in the Quesnel Highland of the Wells Grade Clearwater volcanic field. Spanish Bonk last erupted during the Pliocene. And our next one is Spanish Mump. I'm sorry, it's not a great view, but it's smaller here, so that you can see it's here. Spanish Mump is a subglacial mound located in the northeastern corner of the Wells Gray Provincial Park. And I did not have any views in this one. So we're moving on to the next one, which is Spectrum Range. And that's Kitsu Peak here. Spectrum Range is one of 4 large stratovolcanoes that make up the Mount Zaza volcanic complex. And we don't have any views in this area. So we're moving on to the next one, which is the Sphinx. And this is the Sphinx here. The Sphinx is a mountain in the southernmost coast mountains of the British Columbia, Canada. It is southeast of Garibaldi Lake and is of volcanic origin. And that's neat looking. And we do have a view here, so we're going to go over here and see if we can see it. So this is the Sphinx up here. Check this out. And another beautiful view. Wow. That would make a beautiful postcard. Let me see if I can do one more. And there's nothing closer to that. So we're moving on to the next one, which is the Sphinx Dome. This is the Sphinx Dome here. The Sphinx Dome is a lava dome in northwestern British Columbia, Canada, located near Mount Zaza and Mount Zaza Provincial Park. It last erupted during the Pleistocene epoch. And I don't think there's any views here. I'm going to click and see. And no, we do not have any here. So we are moving on to our next one, which is Stony Seamount. And that is here, in this area right here. Stony Seamount is a seamount located in the Pacific Ocean off of the coast of northern Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. And our next one is Stockton Hill. Stockton Hill is a volcanic plug located in the formation known as the Chilcotin Group, which lie between the Pacific Ranges of the Coast Mountains and the Mid-Fraser River in British Columbia, Canada. And we'll see if we have any views. And we don't have any in this area that I'm seeing, so let me back out some. And we don't have any here, so we're moving on to the next one, which is Storm Cone. And this is not giving me really good resolution, but you can see the general area. Storm Cone is a cinder cone in the northern British Columbia, Canada. It is thought to have last erupted in the Holocene period and lies on the Desolation lava field, which is part of Mount Zaza volcanic complex. And moving on to our next one is the table. I like these names. And this is neat looking. The table is a high flow dominated andesitic tuya located 4 kilometers south of Garibaldi Lake and is almost impossible to climb because of sections of the volcano that have collapsed, creating steep and exceptionally rotten rock walls on all sides. It is part of the Garibaldi Lake volcanic field, a volcanic field that includes a group of 9 small andesitic stratovolcanoes and basaltic andesitic vents formed during the early Holocene. Let's see if we have any views here at all. We have one right at the top, so let's see if we can go here. It didn't go there. Hang on. Let me try again. Trying. Okay, so we get 2D. There we go, finally. Okay, so probably down at the bottom. And you can see this is it right here. That is amazing looking. Anyway, that's it up here for anybody who wants to see and didn't miss it. There you go. And you can see why you can't climb it. It's too jagged. And moving on to the next one, Zaza Peak. Zaza Peak is also unofficially known as Zaza Center. It is a volcanic peak in northern British Columbia, Canada, located just southeast of Coffee Crater in Mount Zaza Provincial Park. So this is Zaza Peak here. And moving on to our next one, Toninho Hill. And this is Toninho Hill. Toninho Hill is a volcanic feature associated with the Spectrum Range volcanic complex, which in turn form part of the Northern Calderian volcanic province. It is a subglacial mound that formed in the Pliocene period. And we'll see if we have any views for this area. And we do not have any. So we are moving on to our next one, which is Toninho Cone. Toninho Cone is a subglacial mound located just southwest of Mount Zaza in Mount Zaza Provincial Park. And our next one is called the Thumb. Not really good view here, but there you go. The Thumb is the largest in a cluster of roughly 7 volcanic plugs. They are surrounded by the remains of eroded cinder cones, lava flows, and dikes. Even though the plugs have not been dated, the existence of loose sporia and related intra-valley lava flows to the current topography indicates they formed in the last 2.5 million years of the Quaternary period. And I'm not sure there's a view in this area, so we're going to back out some and check our little guy. And we don't appear to have any here. And we're moving on to our next one, which is to Zaza Peak. Zaza Peak is a tuya in the Stikine ranges of Cassiar Mountains in northern British Columbia, Canada, located in the Iverson Creek. Zaza Peak is the summit of the north-south aligned ridge between the head of Tazooza River and the head of Jennings River, just south of the Jennings Divide with the Little Rancheria River headwaters. The Little Rancheria and Tazooza Creek are part of the Liard, while the Jennings is part of the Yukon River drainage via Teslin Lake, and the peak therefore stands astride in the line of the Continental Divide. It is part of the Tuya volcanic field, a volcanic field associated with the Stikine volcanic belt, part of the Northern Cordilleran volcanic province. And we don't have a view in this area. So we're moving on to the next one, which is Toe Hill. And Toe Hill is here. Toe Hill is a large, isolated volcanic plug located 13 miles east of Masset on the north end of the Nikon Peninsula of northeast Graham Island in Haida Gwaii, British Columbia, Canada, east of McIntyre Bay and near the mouth of the Helene River, which is the site of Helene, a now abandoned Haida village, and the Helene Indian Reserve, number 2 on the site of that village. Don't know if we have any views here, so we'll click and find out. And we do. We have one right at it, so we're going to go right here. And where we're going? We're going over here. Okay, well, that'll work. We're going to turn around and look back this way. So it looks like we're up in the air. Ooh. Okay, so we're looking down. I think this is a drone view. Very cool, but no view. Okay. So we're moving on to the next one, which is Triangle Dome. Triangle Dome is a trachyte lava dome in the northern British Columbia, Canada. It is thought to have formed in the Pleistocene period. Okay, you guys, thank you for viewing. If you like my video, please remember to share. Check us out on YouTube for more videos. Thank you and have a great day.